Compelling characters. When was the last time a Call of Duty game had characters we really, genuinely cared about? The original Modern Warfare series, Black Ops? The shooter has long been a power fantasy simulator, placing players in the boots of Urarr types with more bullets than brains, and a penchant for not letting bad guy get away with this. Truly inspired stuff. What we'd love to see, and stop as if you've heard this one before, is good guys and bad guys we can actually give a damn about. Give us a reason to care about the conflict. While the Modern Warfare Remake's campaign was undoubtedly leagues ahead of its contemporaries in a compelling plot and cast, it didn't go far enough, was too short in its telling of a believable narrative. It was a step in the right direction, but Captain Price had to break his back carrying the otherwise blur cast. Actually, Alex was alright, and that random civilian I gunned down in the Piccadilly confusion probably deserved better. Give us Reznov, give us Soap, give us Mason. Chew them up, spit them out, tie an anchor to their heels and drop them into the abyss of the world. Then, when they're ready to crawl back out bloodied and bruised, then we can start to give a damn about Call of Duty protagonists again. There's an undeniable animalistic pleasure in grabbing a pair of akimbo M60s and ramboing your way through an army the size of a small third world country. There will always be a place in Call of Duty's narrative for set-piece battles and the minutiae of their intricate working parts, and having the choice to stop and smell the roses during the heat of a defining conflict is part and parcel of what fans love about the games. But whatever happened to good old-fashioned stealth? To be clear, we're talking about stealth here, not stealth. Atmosphere thick enough to choke on and real, tangible interactions with your environment that could tip the scales between life and death. Modern Warfare 2019's covert ops missions like Operation Clean House and Going Dark prove that the franchise can successfully pair the thrill of a first-person shooter with the methodical, measured approach of a special forces unit indulging in some wet work. In fact, if Activision wanted to go ahead and commission a COD spin-off that was comprised solely of missions like the two I just mentioned, I'm sure people would buy it in their droves. No HUD, no help, no mercy. If you want to make me feel like a Tier 1 operator, then make me feel like a Tier 1 operator. This is the vibe we want more of. Make it happen. 3 things in life are certain: death, taxes, and the fact that a COD game will ship with Nuketown or Shipment in its multiplayer map roster. Don't get me wrong, these are both great maps, but we've played them all a million times now, haven't we? A new camping spot here and a lick of paint there, and they're shoved back out with each new release to milk the red raw teat of nostalgia. In Modern Warfare, I think it would be fair to argue we've only had one new map worth a damn since the game's release. Shoot House is simple enough in its premise as a typical 3-lane battleground, but egads Infinity Ward, could you not have pulled your thumbs out a little bit more with the designs? Arklov Peak, Piccadilly, and God forbid if Anaya Palace comes up on rotation, you know I'm straight out. Having a selection of enjoyable maps is paramount to players coming back to the Call of Duty multiplayer experience time and again, and not simply to retread the old favourite haunting grounds. Sure, chuck a couple in, but you've got to give something new for fans to love. It might be a cliched mantra nowadays, but it cannot be overstated how quickly Activision began to climb the fetid ladder of one-upmanship, leading it to becoming the low-hanging fruit of the Call of Duty franchise. Oh, you're fighting Nazis? Well, we're fighting Soviets. Now everybody has a nuke. You got a ray gun, bro? Check out my moon base. Players went from the war-torn streets of Western Europe to fighting Jon Snow in space quicker than you can say jump the shark. Fans made their loathing of this practice exceptionally clear when Infinite Warfare poked its sorry head over the parapets to be met by a hail of bullets for its outlandish, futuristic premise. This wasn't the COD we signed up for, man. This wasn't the COD we signed up for at all. Modern Warfare 2019 admittedly did a stellar job of turning the franchise around, pointing it in the right direction and giving it a little slap on its bottom to help it along the way. Modern soldiers fighting modern conflicts in modern ways for modern reasons is all we've ever wanted, and anybody who tells you otherwise is Jon Snow. This one is a long shot. A very long shot. A stunning long shot that will make you the envy of your friends on the battlefield. It's not essential though, but you look like a proper idiot if you don't have it. But we're not saying you should buy it. But if you want to buy it, it's yours for just 200 COD points, or $7.99. And the button to buy it is right there on the menu screen. But totally no pressure, bro. Enjoy the game. Peace. Microtransactions and season passes have become as much a part of Call of Duty as a pissed-up uncle and my Sharona at a wedding. And much like a pissed-up uncle, they are not warmly welcomed by anybody. What if, and hear me out here, what if Call of Duty split itself into 2 games per release? A paid 30 to 40 hour campaign and a free multiplayer mode where you could pay for season passes and non-gameplay enhancing microtransactions. Do it, Activision, you cowards. Just bloody do it.